So now learning can take place in the school, but it can also take place throughout the neighborhood. So we're exploring not only the idea that the neighborhood and the school are a part of a single ecosystem, but that technology adds elements of opportunity that didn't exist in the last century. So today's exploration is to bring these issues to local Oakland and San Jose leaders and hear how they've approached some of these opportunities and challenges during their leadership time in these communities.
One, there's an appetite for radical change because our lives have been upended. Two, the physical walls and spaces don't matter as much anymore. We need to see home as a classroom. We need to see community as a space for learning.
Schools are both a critical piece of infrastructure. They are physical, digital, and social in nature, and they also allow us to see opportunities to create better experiences for students and for their families and other community members.
I've always believed a quality public education is the driving force for equity and opportunity.
You've been noted for developing some interesting collaborations and funding mechanisms for supporting what goes on within the city of Oakland. Talk a little bit about those collaborations and about what has and hasn't worked in that regard.
What I have enjoyed during my time as mayor is to create public-private partnerships, to come up with a riskier, more innovative idea that is not going to get adopted by government on day one, but to sell that vision to a private funder and say, like, fund this pilot, fund this demonstration, let's learn from it. And I will say, for any of you who have mayors in your cities that, like me, have no jurisdiction over education, my whole journey started with pitching to just a few philanthropists.
We really do try to focus on how we can build bridges between the academic world and the theoretical world and the 30,000-foot view that philanthropy can have into the practical associations and real-life results for people in places across the country.
We developed a concept called education-centered community reinvestment, where you view the neighborhood and the school as a single ecosystem. As we said, children don't live in silos. They live in the community.
And often these innovative demonstrations also really help cut across those silos and make us recognize that these problems are all interrelated. Our communities are holistic. Our children exist within the context of family and community and society. And if we don't take all of that into consideration, as much as it might hurt our heads, we will fail. This has to be something where everyone feels that they have a voice in both the process and the outcome.
I know that the real leaders here are the people who have been working on these issues at the ground without any attention on them for years now. So always happy to talk to folks out in the world about this.
If we do the right kind of rigorous evaluation, documentation, and storytelling, because narrative change is key to changing policy, we can take this demonstration and then sell it to the public sector. That's how we can then embed these good new ideas into how the major institutions like government do business, deliver services.
When I mentioned to my colleagues here in Boston that we would have a conversation today, they were thrilled and all said that they wish they were having this conversation. I want to thank you for your innovation and your leadership and for sharing your thoughts and ideas and policies with us this afternoon. Thanks a lot.